These photos aren't actually photos at all. They're images made with Midjourney and AI Art platform. Today I've got a couple of quick tips to show you how you can make your images look more like photos and more photorealistic using Midjourney. The first tip is actually just to quickly switch to the test P algorithm. If I type in /settings, I can switch to the MJ test photo algorithm. And then when I type in my prompt, it'll produce something that is relatively photographic and in most instances look pretty good. But this is an older algorithm which doesn't work as well as the current algorithm. If I switch back to version 4, what I can do is use a few phrases or keywords to actually improve the look of my prompts. So I'm going to start off by typing in imagine, and then I add my prompt, and then at the end of that I put a comma and add a few phrases and keywords, and I'll show you some examples of what I've been able to get using these keywords and phrases. So starting off, a man with fire hair is what we're going to use, and there's no added phrases in this image. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad, but it still looks a little bit more like a painting or a bit of an artistic render. So I'm going to show you some phrases you can use to make this image look more photorealistic, and the results I got. Hyper-realistic photograph is a great way to start. Nice and simple, get you some good results. Film grain, however, gets things looking a little bit better. Leica 50mm looks more like a real photograph in this instance. And Kodak Portra 800 does the same job again. And f1.4 also does a pretty good job. You can also choose words such as golden hour to get a certain photographic look. Also choosing film like 35mm film to get that film look. Or you can choose a photo type, such as a Polaroid photo to describe the look, or a World War I found photo, and go through different photo types such as vintage photo, faded 1970s photograph for that home found look, or a 1980s sitcom like something off television, going through films such as 1950s film, a 1960s film, or even a 1980s action film to get a look that sort of matches that era. Also, you can go for vintage silent film to get something different again, or add the bokeh effect if you really want that nice soft background. If you want something more professional, go for professional photography or even award-winning photography to get something that looks really crisp. Also, nightography produces a pretty good result as well, something different, or you can choose high-speed photograph to get something cool again. You can also choose something such as time-lapse to get a pretty cool effect also, or something completely different by choosing claymation, which looks real but not like a real person, or stop motion animation frame for something slightly different again. You can also choose video frame capture to make it look like captured from a video, or go for a disposable camera photo if you want something that looks a little too real, or a camcorder effect if you want that cheap photo look or something that looks a bit strange. But going back to camera models, the Nikon D750 does a great job, or Proveria Velvia gets a pretty cool result as well. Now I don't know how this is pronounced, but daguerreotype gets a pretty cool effect, along with ambrotype, calotype, and tin type film negative for pretty cool results that way. But shot on 8mm, choosing the film sort of size, saying shot on 16mm or shot on 28mm, shot on 35mm. You can remove the shot on and just put 35mm, or add expired to the end of that, like expired 35mm, or a 35mm lens. You can also play with exposure. Simply quoting exposure gets a good result, or short exposure for a crisper look to capture that sharper image, or long exposure for a softer look, like if you were shooting with photo. Then double exposure for some interesting effects. Overall, I recommend mixing a lot of these together and you'll get something much better and much more desirable, because you can play with certain elements and mix certain things together. I highly recommend trying out any of these to get the results you want. Now, a full list of these and more are in the description below. I highly recommend mixing these up, playing around and seeing what combinations you can get to get some awesome results. So thanks for watching the video today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't before, and want to see more of this kind of stuff. Otherwise, have a great day. Hope to see you again soon.